been 9 months since we played République last. Actually, I had this game scheduled, and then we had a Comcast outage in August of last year, and then the hiatus started like the next day. So it's really been a long time. I found that out because I went to go make a thumbnail for the upcoming YouTube video in the Twitch events page, and I already had one. And I got really worried that, oh no, did I lose a VOD that I never uploaded to YouTube, and it's just that I never actually played it. République is an interesting game. It is an iOS stealth game. I'm playing it on PC, but it's about like basically pointing and clicking and telling a character where to go while you manipulate different cameras to like watch guard paths and open doors and hack things. The story is very 1984-esque. I'm still not super clear on what the universe is in République. This is actually another one that seems like it's kind of post-apocalyptic, but it's not very clear what the scope of the apocalypse is. We're in like a school that's controlled by an ultra-authoritarian headmaster that burns books and things. And it seems to be implying that it's like part of a big country, but the more I play it, I feel like the eponymous République is like just the building that we're in. This game has a bunch of famous voice actors. It has Jennifer Hale as this villainous French lady. It has David Hayter as a crazy guy that's basically Emmanuel Goldstein from 1984. And since it's been a minute since we played this, you'll have to bear with me as I figure out what the hell we're doing. I think we want to go places that have that mission marker on them. This appears to be a scripted sequence.
There it is. The key card.
Leaving so soon?
Yeah, they've mentioned other real-world organizations.
It's all right. They won't come in here. Apparently they're afraid of me. Or what I'll write about them.
This is the lady who runs the newspaper. Seems to be fighting with the headmaster in some ways.
You're a long way from home.
I don't have a home.
It's an iOS game that was ported to PC.
Do precals have souls? I used to.
Precals have been brainwashed. Or basically brainwashed kids.
I woke up regretting it.
I do like that the whole game is through the vision of security cameras.
And the night after that, and every morning, I'd look at what I'd written and issue an apology. But that wore me out.
Oh, it's on PS4.
Sincerity
Interesting.
is exhausting.
If you move a cursor in that with the analog stick or what the control method is.
So I started faking it. As a woman, you learn to fake an apology. As a woman journalist, that's all you end up doing.
Main character's name is Hope.
So what's your story?
EP0H. Hope backwards in lead speed.
Good luck with that.
Do I have a chance?
Stupider people than you have gotten further in life with less help. You do have help, right?
I do.
I see.
Oh, it actually has to lie about that.
I thought I heard you talk.
I don't technically play as Hope. I'm playing as the person controlling the cameras and
So
stuff.
what's your plan for getting to the surface?
Telling her where to go.
Because there's a pair of armoured Prizrak upstairs who like their jobs too much to let some empty-headed twit with a stolen mobile get the better of them. No offence.
None taken.
Well, I know a way to remove them.
Ooh, what's
No
that?
blood, no violence. You won't have to get your hands dirty. You know what a news office calls their archives? They call it the morgue.
She
A place
seems
where
nice.
old news goes to die. But sometimes we'll bring a story back to life. Sometimes we'll...
Forgot that I can do this
Have I
stuff.
made a compelling argument for metamorphosis?
You've been most illuminating.
And you've been a delight.
Kafka book?
Thank you for entertaining this nostalgic old fool for an evening, Miss Say.
Please.
Out of nothing comes nothing, I
And the
think,
only
right?
fool I see is the shaky-handed barman over there who went stingy on my gin. Time for one more.
Okay. This is where we can investigate all the other things in the room. This is my character that I'm playing that's doing this. It's pausing the game to inspect these people.
Rubbish. Every last word of it.
Murdered.
This isn't how I thought I'd
Oh yeah, the librarian Octavo. He was a cool guy. He helped me out.
I am so sorry. I must come to terms with the fact that
Died of natural causes. Died of a heart attack. Was murdered.
and now I sit here, adding insult to injury, writing more lies on the wall of your coffin. I'm done. I've ruined enough lives. I refuse to taint their afterlives too.
Such an interesting, like, narrative device in video games. Maybe one day someone will write a movie where most of the story is told through found audio logs, right? It makes sense.
Hi, you've reached Marstead at the Morning Bell. Please leave a message.
Hello?
Your stupid machine is on.
No,
It's
I'm
Jennifer
sorry.
Hale.
Hold on.
French lady.
There we go. Mireille, how are you, darling?
You loathsome.
Ah, not well, I guess.
I just spent the last hour getting slapped down by the headmaster because you thought it would be cute to create some pointless controversy around my drinking habits. You stupid, phony.
Phony? Well, if that isn't richer than the royal family. You're the phony, Mireille.
Hi,
With your
Ben.
bogus name and manufactured accent.
How are you?
I am curious.
You popped up
How
to snuggle
exactly
today
did you
before
manage to
stream.
cultivate such a lovely
Just sat on my lap
exotic
for like
French
30 minutes.
patois growing up in Blacksburg,
There's something
Virginia?
not Jennifer Hale.
Hmm?
When it's Tara
Miss
Strong.
Rideau?
Only a
Should I
couple
call
games that have both of them.
Miss said,
If you want me to drop the issue, then you'd better drop the act. Ask me why I haven't shared that with the headmaster. What's the matter, darling?
Yeah, right.
Cat got your tongue?
Somebody buys tape recorders in bulk to leave them all over the place. I feel like you could do that for like an escape room or something. They should do that at, if you guys ever visit Santa Fe, make sure you go to Meow Wolf. It's a really weird museum slash art installation. The best I can describe it is to say that it's basically like a Resident Evil mansion, but with just a bunch of weird art all over the place and little puzzles. They should do audio logs. It would
Raise the dead.
help the experience.
Are you willing to summon a ghost or two?
Yes.
I can't tell you anything else about it because it would be
So,
spoilers for
what
the
are
art
we
museum.
dealing with tonight?
There is such a thing. So there's a camera in the statue. There's also kind of a surveillance state
Edwin
pen
Chung and
opticon
David
thing
Byrne.
going on in this game.
There are 2 data hubs on either side of Terminus, Atlantic and Pacific. Getting to them won't be easy.
Ben's being a butt,
but you'll manage. Go
and it's
now.
2:40.
I don't understand.
He doesn't eat
What
for
do we do when
another
we get to them?
We
2 hours.
right. Find the Pacific and Atlantic servers. I'll call you when you get there.
No, it's an art museum that has spoilers, literally. Hard to describe without spoiling it. It should kick me out. Let's see. Got
This
a new
key card, compliments of Maddie Sade, operates the service elevator going to the surface.
Sweet. Progress. Let's look at the map here. Probably need to make it past all these people in this room and continue this way, maybe? This is the most map that I ever get to see. Unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry, Nodovan. That is the worst. Remember, Andrew and I went, Meow Wolf was a very popular destination in Santa Fe. Always tons and tons of people there. And there was like somebody walking down the hall that was like, oh, I found the password to the safe. It's da 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 da. I'm like, shut up, don't say the password to the safe. I don't want to hear it. Gaming Jesus. I think almost all of these characters are Kickstarter backers. The Prizrak guards all over the place. Now, the fact that like they're highlighted and stuff in these menus, I think, is because of upgrades that I've unlocked.
That was unexpected. Can we trust her?
Can you sneak a little bit better?
So after all, she let me keep the key card.
There you go.
Or maybe she just forgot I had it.
Might not be able to get into that. What's
Well
up,
then,
Coops?
it would seem Miss Sade is stewing in a broth of remorse and hard alcohol
Game Boy
tonight.
Advance RPG.
However, she does have a solid plan for dispatching
Oh,
those
no,
two
Yukiko.
Prizrak at the service elevator.
A demo disc deleted your memory
advise
card?
the girl to
Ugh.
follow Maddie's lead on this. Drive safely.
I managed to make it through all of the PS1 and PS2 generations without losing memory card data. I don't think I actually wanted to do that. I used a bunch of battery.
Heading to the vent.
Do I need a screwdriver for this vent?
Another broken screwdriver.
Shit. Well, how many do I have? I still have one left. Okay, so maybe there's something worth getting if I come in here.
A subject near to Zager's
So
heart.
these
He wrote about this very
fragile
issue in the
screwdrivers.
prison manifesto. As with everything, Zager saw it as a government cover-up in need of undressing.
Zager is voiced by David Hayter, Solid Snake. He's basically Emmanuel Goldstein in the context of this like authoritarian school environment. You got free games, people affected. Wow.
The Zager room. Ugh. It really smells in here. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, look at all these tapes.
Staff never noticed.
I've been collecting these throughout the game.
You can always find a crime.
This is David Hayter.
That's their motto. That's their mantra. They tattoo it to the inside of their eyelids. You can always find a crime, and it's true. You can find almost anything if you look hard enough. But you know, the one thing you'll never find, no matter how long you search for it, is the end of a good conspiracy. Just when you think you caught the beast by the tail, you round a corner and discover it just keeps going. It's never ending. It's all tail. And while you're gunning further and further down the rabbit hole, they're watching you. They're waiting for you to slip up.
I've been collecting these tapes of the whole game, and I almost never find tape
Like
recorders.
too loud after 10 p.m., which you only did because your ex-wife won't shut up about you not having a square job like all her friends' husbands with their starch white collars and their paisley ties. Carol! But my point is this.
What was his stage direction? Just be a lunatic?
You're onto them.
Improv?
They're onto you.
I don't think I've ever broken a
Try
screwdriver.
to track them, follow them, find out their dirty little business. And that's just an open invitation for them to find out yours. So what am I saying? What am I saying? Am I saying you shouldn't pay attention? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, be smart. When you tail a suspect, you don't follow too close. If the winds change, they smell you coming up behind them. I'm telling you, you gotta be smart if you want to unravel a good conspiracy. So rule number
Conspiracy.
one, don't ask questions. At least not out loud or to anyone that's alive. Rule number two, pretend you don't give a shit. You see them dump a body in the marsh, act like it's no big thing.
Cute game
Rule
about
number
kids.
Rule number three, rules 1 and 2. If you don't ask questions, you'll never learn the truth. And if you look the other way when bad happens, then just get away with it. Best thing you can do is to make a scene. Make a mess of things, look like a screw-up. Once they've written you off as a joke, go be smart. You can't break a few eggs without making an omelet. Just don't let them know you learned how to cook. This is Zager.
You can hear it better when he whispers.
Don't trust anyone.
MGS4 flashbacks about eggs and omelets. I think more in this room is an MGS reference too. You've got the lewd poster, and there's like a photo on the wall here that looks like the weird black and white paintings with the Patriots' eyes crossed off. I'm not sure if it's entirely intentional, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's the whole reason why they got David Hayter in the first place. I might just sit here and listen to all the David
Zager
Hayter
kept
tapes.
lists like this one to determine where citizens in Metamorphosis stood in case
He's
a revolution
dead.
broke
Cooper's
out.
the one that keeps calling
I guess
me.
I should be
Him and
relieved
Captain
he put
Clark.
me on the good side.
Doesn't know where Jennifer Hale is.
That would be Derringer's personal office chair. When it went missing, Derringer immediately blamed me. I guess we can close the book on that mystery now. However, the mystery of how Zager got it through the vent remains unsolved.
Dude, he could do anything. He's Solid Snake. The guy who runs the studio worked in MGS4. Interesting. Yeah, I like what they were trying to do. Like, let's make a AAA... Can I only play one? Okay, I was gonna say. Let's make a AAA mobile game, since mobile games are generally trash. I apologize, but I went to great lengths to collect all these tapes, and this is the first tape player I've ever found, and probably the last one I will ever find. So we're gonna sit here for 20 minutes or so and listen to all the crazy David Hayter rant tapes. Enjoy if you're a Metal Gear Solid fan.
Okay.
Or a
Zager here.
anti-authoritarian rant
Before next
fan.
night, we're gonna... Hey! Sit. No.
I feel like they should have just let you play these on the go when you're sneaking.
All gonna be fine.
Do you have to sit in this room and just
All
listen
right,
to
we're
it?
gonna switch things up a bit, and yours truly is going to conduct an interview. You may know my first guest from such crimes against humanity as the recalibration of innocent children and the rape and murder of privacy. Ladies and gentlemen, please
Can't break
give
a few eggs without making
big
an
radio
omelet.
hour welcome to one of the Arc Prizrak from Terminus Level 2. What? I can't understand. What? Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Here. Yeah, sorry about that. It pulls off the skin somewhere. Okay, so you're here, and you're here.
It's got some
Big show,
Prizrak.
So, introduce yourself.
The
What's
guards.
your name? Come on, say something. What's your name?
Your mother.
That is a terrible name. Your parents must have been horrible people. Okay, just stop. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. Dude, seriously, you're embarrassing me. Stop inching away from the mic. Can't hear you when you do
Yeah, I think he's great.
that. Okay. My first question for you, sir. Who are the precals? Huh? Are they clones? Some kind of genetic experiment?
I think they're just brainwashed kids.
What? I don't know. I don't have any association with the precals.
I'm glad that they're bringing up the fact that we don't really know who the precals are this far into the game.
Up a little boy, and yet you're saying no association.
That boy.
Yeah.
9! 3W. He stole
Weep.
the uniform. He was
He's our
all
friend.
95 pounds. He's a scared kid.
Wally
You wanna tell me why Derringer and the lot of you are so worried about one of the precals jumping off this little merry-go-round?
It's for the protection.
Right?
How's that exactly?
Huh? This is not going well at all. Do you want some coffee?
Stop it! Answer my question!
This is how an interview works. You gotta say things, dummy. Look. Did you piss your pants? Oh my God, you did. Okay, well,
Johnny.
I guess I won't be borrowing your uniform after all.
Please just stop.
Okay,
Please.
hang on, just... Okay. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today. Next week we'll do a call-in show. So, Zager out. Dude, so unprofessional.
Yeah, so like he's presented in the game as, if you've ever read 1984, Emmanuel Goldstein is like this constant threat to the government who probably isn't actually real. I don't remember if they actually... I mean, spoilers to 1984, if someone remembers the story. Is he a real character? Maybe he was a real character at one point, but the government just kind of uses him as a way to control the people better. So I'm not sure if Zager's actually real and actually a rebel or not, but that's kind of the character he plays in this.
The only thing you're in charge of are the thoughts crashing around in your head. Everything else is beyond your control. But there are those who believe control can be rebranded, repackaged as participation. And that by doing this, the people will fall in line. See, they believe our actions can be made predictable, predetermined. They think they're God. They play the part. But they're nothing like God.
Can't spoil 1984. It's a good book. You should read it.
Share a thing or two with the devil.
I don't think it's the actual authoritarian apocalypse that we need to be worried about. We need to be worried about the Brave New World, excess distraction versus worldwide censorship.
The way a prism bends light. Or break a man the way the gauchos break a horse. But the more he wraps the reins tighter in his small, meaty, sweaty little fists, the more they slip through his fingers. Because the overseer, he doesn't know that a man cannot be tamed. A man...
Sornas is always grinding.
And to drive a man toward domestication is to drive him over the edge, as my...
It's like hustling, right?
Can attest to.
Every day.
And man, beyond that cliff is pure chaos. Endless. Terrifying. And honest. Chaos is a plain dealer. Now, the overseer has a slight obsession with purity, if you haven't noticed, but control ain't pure. It's oily and unctuous and
thought so, Sornas. I'm sorry to hear that, Sornas. That's a bummer.
Chaos.
Been there, been with people who've been there.
That's as pure as mountain spring water. As right as rain.
My man Zager's friends with TV Littlefinger.
So it's no wonder
Chaos is a ladder.
So I say, it's time we give our fearless leader a taste of real purity. Right? Let's rain down chaos in this place and wash away all the lies. This is Zager reminding you, don't trust anyone. Not even me.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, Six Gun, that at some point he may have really been a rebel, but at the point of the story, like, he's being used around 4, right?
Zager here. Today, all Prizrak were required
4. We're doing 5 next.
Audience with the overseer. Wait, I'm sorry. Correction.
I'm doing all right.
And the proud were pleasantly surprised to find themselves graced by a visit from the big cheese himself. His Majesty treated our hometown heroes to a few select passages from his manifesto. And after all the applause, he even sat down to sign a few copies. So about this time, I'm off and wandering the halls, doing a bit of reconnaissance when some FOB Prizrak found me and dragged me along. As luck would have it, I had a manifesto with me. But it wasn't any old manifesto. It was mine.
Everybody has a manifesto in this universe.
The pages are filled with righteous invective and disciplined truth. Like I've said before, my manifesto is the old man's death warrant. A summons for all the evil he's wrought into this place and beyond. Well, at least it will be once I can crank out enough copies. I'm kind of running a one-man opera here. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, all of a sudden, here I am, being hustled up to the podium to meet the man himself. And before I can hide the book, he snatches it out of my hands, opens it up to the first page. Behind the mask, I'm white as a sheet. I'm waiting for him to look down and see my, improvements.
He signs it like Last Crusade.
He smiles that big plastic smile at me and kissed me as John Hancock under the words, "Best wishes."
Who writes this?
He hands it over.
All I have to do is scream.
I wonder if that smug Treglazov could appreciate. The irony of signing his own death warrant.
Is that ironic?
I have a treat for you today, kids. Today, I
Can I
have
go
got
back
a
to
book review
Berlin?
for you.
Near the Lion's Den?
No, it's not the manifesto.
My diary
It's one of the overseer's earlier efforts. It's a little self-help manual from the late 90s with this rather dubious title. There it is. Defrag Your Mind. The Pursuit of Happiness in a Computer Age. This could be the biggest waste of printed pages ever to burden a bookshelf. I mean, this makes Mein Kampf look like Anne of Green Gables. On page 1, he states, and I'm quoting here, "Disorganization is the single greatest threat to the continued existence of modern society." So, not genocide, not nuclear proliferation, not government oppression, not Wall Street. Clutter! Oh, man. I wish you could see this. This is gotta be the ugliest dust jacket photo I've ever seen. Awful tie, worse haircut. Nice.
I love that movie, Ludifex. I watched it so many times. It was one of my VHS tapes that I would play and then I'd rewind it and I'd play it again.
All essentially supercomputers with an emphasis on the word super. It's cute. Next, he explains how we can simplify our lives, be even happier, by cleansing our minds of thoughts that are hold on, impure on the level of psychological honesty and filled with resentment and spiritual
I
shallowness.
wonder why they didn't
Blah,
redo
blah,
that take.
blah, blah. Basically, this book is all about the whitewashing of the ugly truth and recasting it as beautiful lies.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Here's the problem. Well, I'd hate for him to see this place. Although, on second thought, maybe I should invite him over sometime for a little glasnost. Blow his mind. Literally. Alright, I gotta go. This is Zager, reminding you, don't trust anybody.
Not even me. There it is. Snake, that's Wario. Watch out for his garlic bite. He also attacks by farting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I just do this one? Oh, it's so punishing if I click the wrong one. I'm just gonna do this one. Someone remembers which one I was on. We were going right to left. I think I've got these last 3, so I have 3, 2, 1 left to go. I gotta say it out loud, don't forget.
You know what?
Be nice if they were titled.
You know what? Privacy is dead. Somehow, I'm still alive. It's missing. Someone's been in here. I swear it. I know what you're probably thinking. And yeah, I am paranoid. But you'd be paranoid too if everyone was always out to get you.
That's a pretty great line.
I swear I put these pictures away before I left. And I scattered everywhere. Maybe.
Oh, that's a pretty all of the codec lines from Smash Brawl are pretty outstanding. Stuff about Yoshi.
Now, someone was here. I can't stay
That's
here.
Mr. Game & Watch, Snake.
Whoever it was, whoever messed with my stuff, they'll be back. I had to leave this place.
So much effort.
I suppose it was only a matter of time.
Sakurai's a legend.
Keeping a secret from the overseer is hard enough. Keeping a secret room, well, that's nearly impossible.
That Donkey video is very depressing, though.
On now.
Oh, Metal Gear Survive. I didn't even realize it was out. I thought he was just doing a post-mortem of the series.
Life, right? Show me a revolutionary who isn't living in their own and I'll show you a revolution destined to fail. Because when that fateful day arrives and technology betrays us, I'll be well suited for survival. I'll set up shop, string some tin cans together, and I'll start spreading that gospel. But for right now, I can't settle down. I can't. Gotta stay hungry. Gotta stay lean. Living in shadows a necessity in my line of work.
$10 for a save slot, apparently.
I'm like that rat scratching around behind your walls. Until one day, you don't hear him anymore. And you sit there and you hope he went silent because he's dead. But in your heart of hearts, you know that rat ain't dead. He's off somewhere. Making more rats.
Don't whisper that, dude. Don't just, like, whisper, hint at rat fucking. Talk about it in the open.
Zager here. I want to apologize for the recent
Decent
radio
reviews
silence.
on Steam.
Lately, there's been a special project occupying my time.
Mm. If the video of the gameplay is any indication, if like the best way to play it is to stab things with a spear over and over from behind a fence, it sounds pretty bad.
But I think he could use an editor. So on touching up those beautiful lies with a little ugly truth, all you gotta do is read between the lines. I gotta say, it's actually been easier than you might think. You can't swing a dead.
I like Donkey a lot because he's capable of being positive about a game.
No shortage of raw materials.
I think a lot of popular reviewers are infamous for shitting on games. Like, I love Yahtzee, I love Zero Punctuation, but
willing to scatter these new and improved copies around.
isn't that bad? Interesting.
Good luck rounding them all up, Derringer. Oh, and Treglazov, if you're listening, and let's be
Maybe I'll watch a stream of it at some point.
Then know this. The damage is done. My marked up manifestos will soon go into circulation. They will be read. They'll be passed around. Eyes will be opened. Minds will be blown. And there will be no going back. You can't stuff the back in this Trojan horse. So happy reading.
Happy reading.
This is Zager saying to you, don't trust anybody.
Not even me.
Not even me. Oh, but read my book.
It's interesting. I figured that these tapes would be in chronological order of when he recorded them, and I've been going backwards, but that makes it sound like he's already distributing a lot of books, and the later one makes it sound like he's struggling to get even one done. Nice, Sardis.
Oh, God, this color.
Yeah, gaming community has a really bad habit of
It's got me scratching.
not being able to just say, yeah, this is a mediocre, okay game. You might enjoy it, maybe.
Not to mention,
We're very binary.
I've got this clicking.
Like how we say Skyward Sword is a trash game. It's not.
Bet you the overseer probably put a chip in my brain. Now it's malfunctioning. Figured forcing everyone to wear a collar wasn't enough, so he decides to tag us too.
Overseer is a much more threatening name than Headmaster.
I have got an epic case of cabin fever.
Hey Ben, what are you doing over there, buddy?
I think maybe I'm going crazy. Crazier than usual.
Ben.
Get out of here. I gotta.
Danger zone.
I tell you, my mind, it's melting. It's dripping out of my ears. It's all this technology, this invisible energy. It's cutting right through me every second of the day.
I've never seen
Wi-Fi is
Donkey's
killing
League of
me.
Legends videos. I guess I have no interest in League of Legends, so.
Down. Slowly. There's no way to... There's no way to turn my brain off. And no
Is it maybe
way
that he's
this
matured
guy's
as
bringing
a
out a secret from his prying eyes.
content producer?
Psychic. No, don't say that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. He has 1 billion cameras in this place, that's all. 1 billion cameras. And they're all aimed at me.
Presumably he's not using the cameras, unless that's going to be the endgame twist. Like, I'm the only one using cameras in this game, as far as I can tell.
You know,
Or specifically, I think, Cooper.
if I thought it'd keep him from reading my phones. But he'd probably just dig up my corpse, plug out my spine, and shove it into some computer. Is that even possible? Can people really do that yet? Oh, of course.
I think I had listened to that tape. I think I found that one tape by itself and one tape recorder. That's the only one I had heard before.
Keep drinking until my mind resembles an overcooked asparagus.
Whoa.
Every brain cell I drown.
One of the
is one
Prismax
less piece of
tasers.
evidence that
Sweet.
bastards
I need
thought
more
used to turn
tasers.
against me.
Got 5 of them.
Booze
Can't have enough.
is the best degassing gun.
You guys heard the term goss to mean like hot gossip, like GOS? Makes sense.
Okay, I gotta go. Remember, don't trust me.
Yeah, he just says, "Don't trust me." He doesn't do his whole thing because he's drunk. But that's the first tape. I feel like they give these to you in a weird order. Okay. Because him being drunk and saying "Don't trust me" only really makes sense if you heard all the tapes where he says, "Don't trust anybody, not even me." Really? Yeah, it was just last night that I saw it too, and I was like, "That's interesting." I like learning about new slang. Heard it as hot goss. I think I can use my battery to like track the patrol routes on some of these dudes. I'm not gonna worry about it too much though. I should be able to hide in this bush once this guy's out of the way. And I got into a long internet thread about whatever happened to Maddox. We were following the Biggest Problem in the Universe podcast for a while, and it just kind of went off the rails. Yeah, I like Donkey's comedic timing. That's one of the things I appreciate best about him, and I enjoy his videos where he enjoys a game.
Good thinking. I hope they can't see me here.
I totally sees me. Shit.
Help!
Tease him. Oh, I got his little book there at least.
I hope they can't see me here.
Don't see the other guards coming to the rescue, so that's good. I think when they're tased, they're out forever. Alright, what we get? Draw references to little games.
This game began as a Kickstarter project.
I think this is it.
After many delays, the game was actually released. Star Command is a starship management simulator, and it's fascinating.
Oh wait, no, I already did that one. This
I
is
will
the one I
let
was
you
on
in on a
FTL, which
little
I haven't
secret.
played.
When the internet was abuzz with praise for FTL, I was only part of that chorus because I wanted to be cool. Normally I would be all over what is essentially Oregon Trail set in space, but I just couldn't wrap my head around its complex systems.
Is that what FTL
Then
is?
One day,
Space
the game
Oregon
clicked
Trail?
for me as I successfully led my crew to the far corners of the galaxy. From there, I set my forum posting speed to faster than light, ensuring everybody knew I was a fan since day one.
Know what he means about games not really making sense and then suddenly clicking. Okay, I've never heard FTL described that way, and that is a much better sell. It's always one of those games that I have no idea what the genre is, even though I hear people sing its praises very frequently. You wouldn't even begin to describe it that way. Maybe that guy just patrols down the center. I used some battery to do that, didn't I? Yes, yes, and no. Does that help? Yep, I'm in a great place now. Oh, now I'm close enough to this guard to be able to watch his patrol route. But it looks like he just walks back and forth along the center here. Let's see.
What have you got?
Go, go, go. Faster than that, girl. Oh my goodness. Alright. This is the elevator that I think I just unlocked. Right? Let me check the map here. Is one of these a safe room? Because that would be swell. Space Oregon Trail roguelike where you're being chased by death. Alright, that's a sell. Hey, thanks for the auto host, Elias. Okay. So the newspaper lady just gave me access to this. Little key card.
Oh, bugger. Do you hear me? Hello, the both of you.
The both of us? You know I'm here too? Creepy. Key required. Okay. What else we got over here? I need a way higher Omni tool. Pretty sure I'm gonna go way over the estimate in this game. I'm not very good at it. It's actually a combined estimate because I think the game was originally released as standalone episodes. I really
My
want to
name
get
is
to that.
Matty, and I'll be your tour guide tonight. Are you back at the terminus yet?
Working on it. Chill out.
Go ahead and choose one of the two server wings, Atlantic or Pacific. We'll reconvene when you get there.
Alrighty. So I could go. Let's go left. About. Find a better camera. I don't like this one. Is she like directly beneath me or something? Okay, I can't see her from where I am right now. I don't think there's cameras further down either. I'm actually going on the right. My bad. That's fine. Pacific. Better ocean? Do I actually believe that? I'm not sure. Atlantic Ocean is pretty shitty. Now, so what is like? If you had to describe the gameplay of FTL, like what's 5 sentences describing what you do in the game?
Data keeps best when chilled.
It's true.
Okay, vent.
Don't use your last screwdriver, though.
There goes the screwdriver.
Oh god. Wish the screwdrivers weren't consumable. You really have no idea whether going in one of these is worth it. In this case, it feels like it wasn't.
All above the burning ledge.
I'll hold on to this.
Okay. Some more pepper spray. Johnny Debug, nerd unemployed.
Confirm all poets lost to hardship.
Space.
Everything looks good.
Oh, that guy was about to patrol into me, so maybe it wasn't a complete waste.
Mark 8, 7.
Top-down space disaster management. Is the disaster management where the Oregon Trail thing comes in? Like, dealing with people getting space dysentery? What else is new in my inventory?
Cyber auction commencing in
I think it's just my, pepper spray. You hop from node to node via a map, where random events happen. You resolve them via multiple choice prompts.
Mark 3.
Then combat is resolved in real time by managing all your ship's crew and weapon systems. Remember I played a game with Leon called Space Alert? You had a bunch of people in a ship, and you all had to simultaneously manage, you had to like respond to events. Like you played a CD and you listened to the CD, and it would give you instructions. That's really draining my battery shit. So like one person might have to man the guns, or somebody else move the ship. Kind of like Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, actually, but not arcadey. Nice job, Sarnas. I have a lot of places to hide here, do I? A lot of Prizrak, though. Combat is frantic but real time, but you can pause whenever you want to think about moves. That's interesting. Gwalen, Legendary Wizard. Wonder if they had them go get, like, passport photos for these, because they all have a pretty consistent image quality. I think they're actual pictures of, Kickstarter backers.
It's quiet tonight.
Really having trouble seeing in here. I don't think I'm meant to be able to cross there.
I'll hold on to this.
And books. It's a big part of the reason we play the game.
I found a taser.
More tasers. Get hype. Alright, what's my new band book?
Samyatin's We is a near sibling to Pasternak's Zhivago. Both truants of the Russian Revolution of 1917, both landmines in the hands of children.
Never seen Dr. Zhivago. Or I didn't know it was a book. I assume that it's the same Zhivago.
Dystopian state, the bugbear of artists who irrationally fear the cradling hand of sound government. His nightmare state keeps everyone in glass houses for better surveillance. Librarian, the people don't want privacy. They just don't want to see you watching them.
I like this game, and I like the writing of the game, and I really like the Zager stuff. But the fact that they try to have the headmaster provide commentary on all the banned books, like, they do a really bad job. I feel like they're trying to get the headmaster to intelligently say why these books should be banned, and it comes off as... like, it would make sense if it was trying to just be satire, like, oh, aren't these people that ban books so stupid? But it feels like they're playing it fairly straight. There's another guard that's, like, right behind the wall up here. I should be careful.
What's yours is mine.
You don't see anything?
Let me go.
Tase him! Tase him! Hey, what did we just get? Oh, we got a key card. And a game. I don't think I've gotten a key card from zapping a guy before. That's cool. Alright, what's the game?
I remember going to people's houses and
hey,
watching
Shadowrun
them play
Returns.
this pen and paper classic, forever wishing the cool
Is this
kids
based
would
on the
have
Super
me to
Nintendo
join.
game?
Years later,
I heard that they did some
two
kind of
important
remake of
things
it.
happened. The internet was invented, and the folks at Harebrained Schemes utilized that precious technology to launch a Kickstarter, bringing back Shadowrun. You can bet your elf mage butt that I was first in line to pledge. I even have a rare Shadowrun Returns poster to prove it. Who's cool now?
That would be you. I thought someone was trying to do an SNES remake at some point.
You found me a good spot. They won't find me in here.
Oh, okay. That was how I could have avoided that guy. My bad. Oh, that's cool. Shadowrun, so I've never played any of the video games in it or done any tabletop games in this setting. It's basically like cyberpunk magic. Isn't it? I didn't see Bright, but Bright's kind of a similar concept. It's like fantasy races, but in a modern setting. Check my map here to make sure that I'm doing something rational. Okay. This is okay. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Right. Let's not go this way. Let's not go to Camelot. It's just a silly place.
Avoid eye contact with the returning surveillance master.
Looting his pockets.
Which I think automatically happens.
Nothing of interest.
Yeah, so I think you automatically pickpocket them. This is kind of the direction that I have to go over that door there, I think.
That's too much ground to cover.
I can't see shit from over here. That's the guy we need to deal with.
I hope they can't see me here.
Oh, that's what these are supposed to be. Interesting. Sneaking location. Modern world, fantasy bleeds in, develops into cyberpunk. As ultra-capitalism is the fastest way for dragons to amass their hordes. That's funny. Are, like, dragons like CEOs? Magic suddenly came back into the world in 2011, mutating people into fantasy races and changing the course of the world. As the world moved forward from that, it became a sort of classic cyberpunk style. They are CEOs. That's too cool. That's pretty fantastic. I'll get back up there.
I hope they can't see me here.
I'm concerned about the guard behind this door. I'm pretty sure this is the door I need to go to. Yeah. And that guard, I guess. I haven't seen Bright, but I understood that it was a modern setting with like orcs. Come on, Mr. Guard, dude. Oh, maybe I can't see him. There's nowhere to hide over there. He's got to be on a patrol, right? So all of the fantasy races in Shadowrun are previously humans? Mediocre movie in a great setting. Yeah, sometimes I'll watch stuff just for the world building. Dragonfall? Is that a Shadowrun game? Go, 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 go.
Go south 1 degree.
Whew. Cutting that shit real close. Alright, we gotta get moving right now, because that guy's about to turn right around. She moves in the most stressful way. I can and will hide from you, actually. Down the stairs here. Okay, down the stairs, let's go. I'm trying to think what my favorite pure stealth game is, where like you literally have no options other than stealth.
The Overseer is a glutton for raw data. He's already cleaned his own plate. Now he's eating off yours, mine, and everyone you've ever known.
World fluctuates in magic levels. In the mundane level, everyone's basically human. When magic comes back, those that were human find out they were actually fantasy races all along. That's a cool concept. So they don't really mutate, but people with like that are like stout and short turn out to be dwarves. People that are wispy and elf-like turn out to actually be elves. That's neat. I really need to find myself a safe room so I can recharge my battery. Been running on empty for a really long time here.
Is this what we're looking for?
Good, you're there. That priapic metaphor you see in front of you is the Pacific server. Have your friend access it.
Priapic metaphor, very nice. Hey! Omni tool upgrade hype. Oh, really? Anything with like personality? Is there any implication in the Shadowrun setting that like magic existed sometime in human history? Or is it the fluctuation is like over tens of thousands of years or something? Like is Jesus an elf or something?
What's happening?
Good. You've awakened it. Be a dear and switch it on.
Oh, I love awakening things.
Metamorphosis is so gloomy this time of year. Let's get out and explore the world, shall we? I wonder what the weather's like in Edwin Chung's hometown of Shenzhen, China. Select that location on the map.
Interesting. Right. So we're definitely just in a school, right?
Yep, that's it.
This is a cool, very different mechanic. I wonder how long it's going to persist. Whoa. That's pretty neat. Hacking into people's webcams around the world.
我喜欢这样。我希望能更安静一点。你不是那个意思。李伟以前哭一整夜。
Sequel to a pure fantasy setting. Interesting.
你不是那个意思。哪有宝宝不哭的？电影不会像这样。
Kitten saves boy from river.
可能是噩梦作者，那么被什么吓到了，吓到我老婆。她以前特别担心。
This is like episode 3 of 5 that we're currently playing, so this is a pretty big mechanic to introduce partway through.
那我半辈子都在惊吓中。我不知道。我喜欢现在的安静。不过这个城市还不够安静。我想去别的地方。那你或许应该去吧。你或许连这个国家也不够安静，不像我们小时候那样。我比较喜欢以前这个国家，不像现在对人大喊大叫的。你就去让你快乐的地方吧，试上几个月。离开这个讨厌的国家以后，我再也不会回来了。艾迪温，嘘，拜托你小声点。
D1. I don't know if Mandarin to follow a little bit of that. There's stuff at the top of the screen too.
You received this manifesto?
No, I'm good.
What? Do I have your attention? You seem distracted.
Not distracted. His. Oh, his. The manifesto.
That's what we're talking about. Had a chance to
Although Miami is kind of like a live-action Door Kickers. I'm really bad at it.
It's good.
Played it a couple times on stream.
Controversial, though.
Great ideas always are. You did well on your aptitude test.
The questions just made sense to me. What's the next step?
There's a boat in Victoria Harbor. Boat called Clara's Overcoat. It'll leave sharply at 9 o'clock in the morning, your time, so be sure to be early. You don't want to get left behind.
I'll be there.
Then I'll see you next Wednesday. Oh, and Mr. Dion.
89, nice.
My employer and I want to tell you how deeply sorry we are for your recent loss. In our country, accidents like the one that befell your family don't happen. Ever.
Interesting.
Well done. What else?
I like this concept of like the game feels a lot cooler when I'm breaking into people's houses and invading their privacy versus just doing it in like an authoritarian mansion.
他们寄给我一个礼物，谁？就是他们嘛，玩蜕变的人。这有本书，《共和国》，他们给你寄了不少文件来，你都读了吗？读了一部分， 这儿还有些医疗表格。
Soundtrack's definitely pretty cool for the Super Nintendo
他们
one.
填好的已经够多了。艾迪文，我没有在。
Is it an RPG? Is it like a
这些
CRPG?
人做事非常仔细的，甚至仔细的过分了。你看看这个，他们要你列出婴儿时期感染的每一种传染病，里面说你不这样做的话就是犯法。然后呢，这个表你填的不对，认真一点。艾迪文，你不了解这些人。你说话就像我妈。肺结核你怎么说？我当时10岁，得的是前腹非经核，这病不会传染的。那么非典型性肺炎呢？你有症状，你有一次病得很重。我不会告诉这些害怕新巨人我的。
You had great sickness.
谁会在意啊？那都是好几年前的事了。我现在好了，我不用每打个喷嚏或者喷着脚趾头，要让这些人知道。乔治，你别那么夸张。
Aces, keep looking.
Working on it. Hacking into his Connect.
要吃早饭吗？我不饿，我可以做粥。然后你应该出去走走，我会帮你清理好。不
Who
用，
gave
我来清理。
Treglazov the keys to the internet? Oh, maybe he has more world power than we realize. Interesting.
艾迪文，停一下，你听我说。 把笔放下来，只要1秒钟。抱歉。
Fallout in real time. Interesting. So isometric.
我不知道我应该要怎么做，我有点晕了。会这样的，我感觉地球引力拉不住我，轻飘飘的，可以飘出地球的感觉。我该怎么做点什么呀？要不然。 就要飘走了。
This is a really interesting setting. Like, I feel like this is a game that's worth playing twice. The second time once you know what the hell's going on. Because, like, I'm only just now realizing this Treglazov guy has any influence or power at all outside of, like, the authoritarian school in which I'm being kept prisoner.
We're nearly there. Anything else?
Working on it.
艾迪文，是我，我到了你这儿了。东西看起来挺不错的，只是金钱数快数了。抱歉，我想我交的税
So we're not listening to audio logs so much as like devices that have microphones that are just latently picking up conversations. They actually had to disable all the microphones at the lab Andrea works at and all of the webcams on all the laptops because of Chinese spies listening in. Aim across here with an SNES controller, oh boy. Ahead of its time for Super Nintendo, maybe? Look at this cat, look at Ben. Oh, now you're stopping. Now that I'm watching you. Now he leaves. He's just rubbing his face in the back of the monitor, almost pushing it over. No, they actually have to. I have to ask Andrea what the term is. They have to physically, like, remove the camera hardware and disable the microphone and remove it from the system. They like clear a system before you're allowed to use it on lab property. He's just never been fed. Just look like so much better with the mouse.
We're here to build a case against the Prizrak Edwin
Oh,
Charles.
that's really weird, Sarnas. It's a good comparison.
Complete with scandalous quotes and damning photos. Select some audio or an image to get started.
That's interesting.
If you can't defend it, you shouldn't say it. Find us a juicy soundbite and move it onto the template.
离开这个讨厌的国家以后，我真不敢相信你玩偷变这么暴力的游戏。你看到那些禁玩项目的清单吗？真想和你知道怎么把它偷过来的。
That's Hotline Miami. So this is different from the audio we just heard.
做点什么呀？要不我不会告诉这些害怕新巨人我得过飞剑，谁会在意啊？Some, it's controversial. 离开这个讨厌的国家以后，我再也不会回来了。
A picture's worth 1,000 words. Choose the one you think will inflict the most damage and move it onto the template. Lovely. It's blasphemous to deface a photo of the overseer. Besides, doctoring images is my job, not Edwin's.
离开这个讨厌的国家以后，我再也不会回来了。
我真不敢相信你玩偷变这么暴力的游戏。你看到那些禁玩项目的清单了？我真想和你知道怎么把它偷过来的。
到底怎么做？我不会告诉这些害怕新巨人的人我得过飞剑，谁会在意啊
？Some, it's controversial.
I don't know if I'm supposed to connect these to the image that I selected, or I'm just supposed to pick two damaging things.
我真不敢相信你玩偷变这么暴力的游戏。
I guess saying that he smuggled something in might be bad.
清单了，我真想和你知道怎么把它偷过来的。
They're failing to keep track of stuff.
Not strong enough. The quote and the image are incompatible, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Unless if they want me to do Hotline Miami.
Explosions and mayhem. Who doesn't enjoy a good violent video game? Succinct and to the point. Want to publish it?
Prizrak smuggles ultra-violent video game into Metamorphosis. See, it was only just now that I realized he's a Prizrak. Thanks to our anti-contraband software, the enlightened citizens of Metamorphosis are mostly spared the vulgar displays of violence and gore so often found in video games.
Would you care to be credited for this scoop?
Sure.
Credit given where credit's due.
I wonder if that's pulling that from the Steam folder like One Shot was. I don't think I ever put my name into the game.
While he's wasting away in a Metamorphosis prison. Prizrak Edwin Chung smuggles ultra-violent video game into Metamorphosis. Unfortunately for poor Edwin, there are no respawns in real life.
Between you and me, I don't feel comfortable with this. Those poor people.
Don't be such a pill. We just take what we need and ignore their tales of hardship. At least I do.
Right.
If you get off on every sordid detail, well, that's your problem. Now, we've got one more server to go. Let's get to the other side of Terminus.
Oh, I wanted to explore the internet more. It would be pretty crazy if they just let you go to all these places. Maybe I wonder if you actually get to pick, or she forces you to go to China the first time. Recalibration. Alright, let's go. I got a full battery out of that, that's nice. I don't think I've played another game like this where, like, the developers have a pretty clear idea of what's going on in the story and what I'm being directed to do, but I don't feel that the game is doing the best job of communicating that until after the fact. Like, I'm like, why am I spying in this guy's house? Oh, I'm, like, trying to get a Prizrak in trouble? But, like, why is Hope playing along with that? Because she needs Maddie to help her? I think it's mostly meant to be conveyed through the dialogue sequence you had with her earlier, but it's not presented in a video gamey, hey, go do this thing and in exchange I'll do this for you. You know? Try to pickpocket this guy, maybe.
Prizrak, on their patrols. I'll check his pockets. Nice.
Hey, I got another game.
Prizrak, I think he sees me.
Please do. Guess I'll use... Where Where's my, Here we go.
Easier
Pepper spray.
What's that?
Nothing. You didn't hear anything. Everything's fine.
On my way to apprehend the subject.
You're on your way to shit, man. Chill out. Try to hide behind here. Shit, I think that guy just saw me. Must have been the wind.
53 feet. 56.9497 inches.
Lock this door before the guy can come back through it, right? It consumes some battery. Only a little bit, though. Try to pickpocket this guy. Oh, don't do that.
It's too far. Going in for the steel.
Let's not. Not while he's facing that way.
This hiding place looks good. I hope they can't see me here.
Pretty sure you're okay. Gotta get out of this room, though. I think there's a thing I can hide in right here, right? If I'm smart about it.
You found me a good spot.
As long as it's not super loud.
They won't find me here.
Guy's not paying attention. I think he just walks back and forth out here.
Let's see what he's carrying. I got something. They won't find me in here.
This dude, man. Alright, let's listen to our new
Gemini Rue has a sorrowful beauty to it.
Gemini Rue.
Single-handedly, this sci-fi noir feels like both a love letter to early CD-ROM era adventure games and a lament on why these types of games aren't made anymore. What Gemini Rue lacks in high-end production,
anyone played
makes
that?
up for in
I've
clever
never heard of it.
storytelling. Its multi-layered narrative was clearly a labor of love, and a journey to the past worth taking.
A perfect stealth.
Truth Bomb number 1.
I like
was
Transistor.
a little skeptical that the super indie team at Supergiant could buck the sophomore slump following Bastion. Truth Bomb number 2. When I first sat down to play Transistor, I was confused as to why this wasn't just another action RPG beat 'em up.
It's good.
Truth Bomb number 3. After a few minutes of getting used to its inventive combat mechanic, I was in love.
Transistor's it feels like it's a game that was set up to have the depth of a 40-hour game, and it's like 6 hours long. Darren Korb is a musical god. So is it the same guy did the soundtrack as did the whole game?
Threat level is returning to normal.
A screwdriver.
Hey, screwdriver, thank God. I don't like not having any screwdrivers. Does it feel like an old school adventure game? Oh, so it had a separate composer. It wasn't a completely one-man team. The floppy disk I just unlocked made it seem like it was entirely by one person. Makes sense.
Indefinite radical adjustment to unenamored declination 7.
Good idea. We can reach.
Hey, it's a safe room. Oh my gosh. Freaking finally.
Welcome to my domain.
Got all this money. Getting money, getting paid. Good lord. I don't know if I have anything to buy, do I?
What would you like?
I don't think so.
Recepts radio communications.
I don't have money for that yet. It'd be nice to get next.
Come back anytime.
Good idea.
Battery. What else is here? I think that when you get caught, they just put you in one of these rooms and you have to sneak again if you don't have tasers or pepper spray. Hey, pepper spray. Alright, where am I going relative to here? I need to get out of here and hang a right. It's easy to get turned around in this game just because of the way you're using cameras and not really following the character's perspective. says I need it to hang a right. That looks like stairs that it wants me to go down. That can't be right, is it? Maybe there's another camera here that makes it more clear what I'm doing. Oh, shit. Well, that's a lot easier than I thought it would be. Alright.
Alright, kids, you're on the right track. Work your way through there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about, yeah, I thought you were talking about Darren Korb was a composer for, Gemini Rue. Gotcha. No, yeah, the soundtrack for Transistor and, Bastion is pretty outstanding. I do have a level 3 Omni tool now, don't I? I do. I don't think there's anywhere I can go with that information yet. Just gotta head over to the opposite side, I think.
I see water down there. It occurs to me I don't know how to swim.
You'll be fine. Yeah, like that was a kind of disorienting camera angle change right there, for example. I heard Pyre is super weird, right? It's pretty different. And Transistor was different from Bastion, but it still kind of felt like a similar game. Isometric action RPG exploration.
Keep moving and stay out of trouble.
Okay, so now I gotta go where? Gotta do some stair shenanigans. Let's check on this one. There's a guard right through there that I should be careful of. P-dubs, Patrick Wren. Visual novel fantasy basketball. That is a fun combination of words.
Watch the skies for electromagnetic disciples.
I'll check his pockets.
Nothing to see here, move along.
Prisoner.
Holy shit! Whoa, that's never happened before. Good lord. Actually spooked me.
Looks like the Prizrak just took all of the girls' contraband items.
Shit.
No call for panic. If you want to get these items back, you'll need to have the girl pickpocket the offending Prizrak once she's out of the cell.
Okay, we're gonna try to do that. That's a lot of stuff lost.
Locked.
I shouldn't take my floppies, though.
Physicists tell us that if you were somehow able to view the entire universe, it would look like the human brain. This is what I think about when I play Osmos. From the tiniest floating speck to the largest glowing blob, the relationship between your movement and surroundings is all very soothing, especially its soundtrack. This game puts me on the fast track to Chilltown Station.
Must be a way to open it. Can you hack this open?
Thought I could do it just by doing that right there. Ben is the one who is the kitty. Yes, he is. Alrighty, let's see. Alright, that's not too far from where I was before. Now I know where the safe room is, so it's not a huge loss.
Look, pepper spray.
Only Marty, and only occasionally, has Ben challenged that mantle. really like the upgrade that lets me see through walls. It's pretty convenient. Kitties, are you being bad? Are you acting out? I think that's the Prizrak that got my stuff before, right? Greenback. Asthma. That's unlikely. Right. I want that guy to catch me as I turn the corner here. That's what I'm concerned about.
Let's see what he's carrying. Nice.
Okay, yeah, I just got all my shit back. Yay! Oh god, don't stand there though. Oh my god. Hope, I'm gonna kill you. There you go. Good lord. Alright. What's the new floppy this guy got?
VVVVVV is
I love
like
this game.
into a prism of video game past without the
I
disappointment.
love the one
that
puzzle in that game.
weren't as good as you remember. VVVVVV's Commodore 64 style visuals get a lot of love, but VVVVV's greatest accomplishment is its level design. Every pixel in its right place. Say it with me, VVVVV.
I think the way you're supposed to say that game is the letter V 6 times, is that correct? I've heard people say V6. Yeah.
Good morning.
I think I need to pass this guy and get down the stairs over here.
I'll be taking this.
Hey, it's a banned book.
Strong government is built on strong technology, librarian, but you wouldn't know it to read Shelley's Frankenstein. She shuffles dead men's body parts into one nameless whole and then makes it heroic. We cannot allow celebration of a beast so similar to the internet's anonymous.
Hi, Marty.
One teenage
What are you doing?
comfort is as good as any other. Capture one, and the rest simply find new proxies. Truly, they are the monster made of many parts, but no worry. We will return the world to order.
Ultra Marty close up there. Alright. Stairs, right? Stairs and shelves. It's the life I live. I know, right? Now, the choices they made for the banned books are interesting. I feel like they should have had a character say why the books shouldn't be banned, rather than try to get the headmaster to explain why they should be banned, because I don't think they did a very convincing job. And they were a little too on the nose about it. They could have made the headmaster like a cartoon character.
Splendid. Access the server as before and we'll get started.
Sounds good, Peter. Ooh, alright. They just give you 2 Omni-Tool upgrades in a row. They're so slow in between them before. Man, how are we going to get to level 5? I like V6 as a way to pronounce it. Getting 2 upgrades in a row on the same stage within minutes of each other kind of reeks to me as they wanted to have more of those. Had to cut some stuff. Really? Both kitties? So you're both gonna sit there like that? Ben's right behind him. I don't know if you can see there. Goes by Ben. Very silly. Very silly indeed. Alright, she gonna let me go anywhere this time?
The Prizrak David Bowen hails from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Select that access point on the map. that would be it.
Do they actually let you go to the other ones, though? Or does it punish you for not knowing your geography? Oh, thanks. You're looking out, Swiss.
Can I help?
No, sir. This is your last home-cooked meal for a while, and you're gonna sit right there and not lift a finger.
Tennessee to the T.
I hope they feed you decently. Can't have you wasting away on me.
I'm sure they'll feed us. Are you worried about me?
Always.
This is a great opportunity, Les.
If it's so great, why didn't Mitchell sign up too?
Beth's family is loaded. Mitch doesn't have to take every job comes his way. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm making buttermilk pie.
You hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go become a prison guard that walks back and
That
forth.
reminds me. When you get to where you're going, check your gray carry-on. I left you a surprise.
Did you now? Well,
The Fight Club scene comes to mind.
this place I'm going, they have strict rules about contraband. Especially contraband of a pornographic nature.
Relax.
On the nose.
Tasteful.
Then I should have no problem smuggling them in.
Is there such a thing as a tasteful dildo? I assume so.
What else can you
Not to
find?
be a prude.
Where are you? Once again, I find myself sitting here, alone.
Got like a little
talking
top
to a
hat and a
computer with no
monocle.
one on the other side.
That's a classy dildo.
I don't know what to do. I spent $14 on this
I
microphone.
was waiting for it,
We
sorry.
can talk. I don't know.
Not
what to
tasty.
say.
Tasteful.
I haven't heard from you in weeks. You said you would be able to call every day. June is having a really rough time at school, and Libby has impetigo. And Dr. Carter
I
said
think that's
we
pronounced
could get it.
impetigo.
If you have a doctor there, please go see him. I don't want you to get anyone else sick.
Full of
You
taste.
could be really contagious, and it's worse if you get it as an adult.
Brilliant. Keep searching, you two.
There's a camera in the teddy bear? What? Mechanics of storytelling?
Oh, hey, Mitchell. I didn't see your truck outside.
David, your wife picked me up on the way home from the supermarket. I hope you don't mind. I took your last beer.
No, that's all right.
Hey, what you got there? Popping pills?
Huh? Oh, right. No, Libby's sick. Some kind of infection.
That's a shame.
Yeah, she's fine. These things ain't cheap, though. And I find out today they aren't covered by our plan. Pretty much the perfect cap to a week. I don't know if Leslie told you, but we're pretty upside down.
I haven't played Quantum Break. Why does it sound familiar?
Notices we could wallpaper the living room with them.
I'm sorry to hear that. Anything I can do?
Nah.
No, I definitely haven't played that one. I'm thinking of a different game. I have not played it.
There's just no work
No, you're good.
right now.
Oh, man.
By the Alan Wake people?
What if I told you I might have a job for you? You're gonna have to travel, but,
Oh, cool.
real
I didn't realize that Alan Wake was Max
I'll take you
Payne.
to the moon and back if it means we can save this house.
They broke their pattern of naming a game after traditional Western male first name followed by a noun.
You've got a nose for this. What else can we grab?
I've heard it's cool though, right?
Mom? June? Did we forget how to knock? Sorry. Jeez. Shut the door.
That sounds good. The effects sounds awesome.
Now,
That's next week.
let's
I
try
think.
that again. Mom, may I please come in? You may. What are you doing? Helping your father pack a suitcase. What did you just stick in there? None of your business.
Yeah, I should be able to do an Xbox One.
Finish doing your homework. Yes.
Alan Woke.
Mom.
Chemtrails, yo.
Joining a cult. Of course not. But this boss guy, Treglazov, he sounds like he's running
Alan's
a cult.
creeping.
I'm sure it's not that
They
bad.
go find you.
Do not talk about our fearless leader that way.
Seriously, Dad?
Hey, listen to me, Junebug. I am not joining a cult. I admit this seems a little weird, but this is a great opportunity for our family.
Interesting.
There's a lot of money in this job. It's
Why is he
private
paying so
security.
much?
This is no different than when I went to work at JL National. You remember?
That was in Akron, Ohio. This is like halfway around the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
interesting.
little bit further. but
I
we
thought
need
maybe
to
Metamorphosis was in the U.S., given that
Don't
most of
worry.
the characters outside
I don't
of
care
Jennifer
one bit
Hale
about
have
this
Western
guy's
accents.
belief system, and neither should you. If this Treglazov turns out to be as crazy as he looks, I'll just leave.
They even say that
I'll turn
Jennifer
around and come
Hale's
right home.
accent is fake.
I promise.
Sure, sounds good. The
We're
effects.
close. Let's find just a bit more.
Give me more reasons to have that Xbox One other than just
Hey, it's
Rock Band.
Leslie, yeah.
What's up?
Sorry,
Hey, don't be sorry. What's going on, darling?
We're in a lot of trouble.
What kind of trouble?
I don't know how we're going to be able to buy groceries for the week. David isn't responding to my calls. It's like he dropped off the face of the earth. The check he was supposed to send last Thursday didn't arrive, and now I don't.
That's sad.
I don't.
I don't want to screw this guy over. I don't want to screw over Edwin either.
We'll figure something out.
Anything I can do to repay you.
We'll figure something out.
Thank you. You've always been such a good friend to David. And me.
So he goes off and joins a cult, says he's going to pay for the family, doesn't send any checks, and drops off the face of the earth.
Make this all okay.
Oh, I thought Beth said you were out of town.
Oh, well, yeah, Beth's going to her sister's for the weekend, but, hey, I'll be here.
Gross.
What'd you like for dinner tonight? I'll pick us up something, and I'll get us a bottle. You still drinking Irish Gold?
Oh, I don't. I mean, I shouldn't. I have to be up early tomorrow.
No. You come over and relax and have a drink with me. We'll make this okay. Don't you worry, darling. We'll figure this all out.
Nothing like a crying baby to turn you on to try to get a lady whose husband just disappeared to have an affair with you. Oy.
We should have enough to make this Prizrak disappear. Let's conjure a little journalistic magic.
I don't care one bit about this guy's belief system, and neither should you. If this Treglazov turns out to be as crazy as he looks, I'll just leave.
But this boss guy, Treglazov, he sounds like he's running a cult.
Well, I should warn you. This place I'm going, they have strict rules about contraband. Then I should have no problem smuggling them in.
You could be really contagious, and it's worse if you get it as an adult.
Maybe they want me to tell a false story here. Let's see, what are these things? These are harder to make these ones out. So there's camera, which I don't know if it's a problem. There's the pills for his daughter. There's a kitchen knife. Can't make out what's in the trash, and I can't make out what that is. Oh, this must be the bills, right? Overdue bills.
Well, I should warn you. Then I should have no problem smuggling them in.
Maybe the camera is the problem.
Beginner's luck. You've got a future in journalism. Would you like to
Moonlights as a
publish it?
vile pornographer. Oh my god, Marty. Marty. Meow and Furman. Calm down. You got an hour, it's not the end of the world. I've never eaten before.
Would you care to be credited for this
I
skill?
wonder if these Prizraks are like the super high Kickstarter backers.
Credit given. where credit's due.
Oh, the copyright
Bring
Republic's in the trash. Thank you,
your name
Sornes.
atop this
I remember
article,
that now.
provided his eyes aren't swollen shut this time tomorrow.
That wasn't any easier the second time around. Every ugly detail. I feel sick to my stomach.
Seemed like a nice guy.
Your after-the-fact moral piety is
I didn't get a chance to before the fact moral piety, lady.
to kill a man without firing a shot. I'd love to hear it.
Good against Treglazol, but not these guys. They seem to be nice fellows. Alright, let's get back to the center now that we have the level 4 Omni tool. We can super hack now. Oh man, oh geez. Super hacking. Excuse me. No, you... Oh my god. Hope. No, that's a bad hope. Oh my god, Hope. I think he turns around and looks down this corridor, so I gotta be careful here. Yeah, he totally does. Okay.
Situation is clear.
Repeat transmission.
Go. Oh my god, go. Oh my gosh. Hope. Please, I beg you.
I'll check his pockets.
Probably gonna have to tase this guy.
53 feet. 56.949.
Taser in hand. Nice.
I see you have discovered one of my floppy disks. As a hardcore gamer, I collect many video games. Sadly, my fellow Prizrak torment me by stealing my prized collection. Can you assist the girl in recovering my lost floppy disks? It is not like you have a more important job to do.
Bite me, Cooper, man. This is a thing we've been doing. This is an established thing. Tell me about the one that I just got. Oh, he talks about Gone Home now that we played that
make us
game.
think about the stories and secrets we all keep hidden from others. Gone
Games
Home
we've
is
played
a
on
beautiful
stream
game,
since
one
starting
I
République
found
a couple years
myself
ago.
ruminating on long after its credits. I found myself thinking on the Overseer's manifesto and his crusade for a more idyllic society. Our relationship with technology provides order and control. Yet, even in a place like this, there are things even cameras can't see.
We did Sword and Sorcery. We haven't done Nuclear Throne. I've done Super Hexagon. Any Chamber we played once for Game Saucer Subblock a minute ago. Played Guacamelee off stream.
I remember Gemini.
Was breathing.
When I first entered the Cold World effect, I thought I was playing an unfinished game. I wandered
Bad
around
Hope
its
or a New Hope?
flag-shaded landscapes, contemplating if I should flame the developers. I then hit some random buttons and started to peel away at the musical odyssey hidden inside. Fract rewards patient explorers with its ever-evolving funky fresh soundtrack. I bet developer Phosphine Systems is a big hit at parties.
Funky soundtrack. Funky fresh. Medical history. -4 cursed. Cardboard boxitis. Okay, there's a Kickstarter backer that's a little bit creative with their medical history. I think other than Tycho's one of them from Penny Arcade, and he just has his Penny Arcade portrait as his picture. He was a little bit goofy with it too, but virtually everybody else has been like really serious, like, oh, I've got asthma. I was like, come on, man. It's your chance to put something memorable in the game. In an otherwise pretty deadly serious game, outside of like the floppy disk descriptions, which are all very silly. This guy's got a benign tumor on his ankle, don't forget.
Let's go for the steal.
Reporting.
Got it.
So where am I going now? Oh, we gotta get past this Prizrak. Alright, well. Let's see, I might have to disable him. Let's see.
Mark 3.
Hope. Swear to goodness gracious, Hope. Swear to gosh, golly gosh, geez. Alright, what's this new floppy disk?
To borrow a phrase from C.S. Lewis, frozen synapses like playing chess with a SWAT team. But unlike chess, you have to plan out all your moves ahead of time before pressing the prime button. Typically, I'll spend hours orchestrating the perfect breach, only to watch in horror as my plans go awry.
Kind of like
My
door
squad,
kickers.
dead. My ego, bruised beyond repair.
Sorry to hear that, Coops.
Got my post secure.
Huh?
Oops.
They
Oh,
see me.
shit. Well, I think that's actually pretty close to the exit, so that's not so bad. I gotta go pick his pocket to get my shit back, but... Their little smoke bombs are fairly new, I think. Okay, I've been in here before, right?
Welcome to my domain.
All those servers gave me money too, I didn't realize that. Right on. I need 1,000 to get the delay upgrade, so I can't do it quite yet. Go get my shit back from Numbnuts McGee. He was down the stairs over here, I believe. Oh, he should be down here. At least I thought he was. Huh. Maybe he patrols? Or maybe there's multiple safe rooms. Oh, shit. That's not good.
Too far ahead.
Make preparations for the alabaster man.
There's another banned book just lying around over here. Really bad at banning those books, huh?
Confirm last declination.
Conrad and I are alike.
I haven't read Heart of
only one
Darkness.
way. English is our third language. The man misunderstands his own material. Even the title, Heart of Darkness, drips with melodrama. Conrad portrays Kurtz as ashamed of the Congo cult that grew around him. The horror! The horror! Kurtz went beyond English civilization to become what those around him begged for most. An overseer. Their chosen god.
That's what he wants. Right on. Alright, where is the exit? Okay, I think that might be my Prizrak right there. Chill. Hey, Ganymede, what's groovin'? Hey man, I wanted to ask you, we're probably gonna beat Celeste in your subblock coming up. Do you have a backup game I should switch to afterward? Guess I should just go ahead and P0 him, right?
I've got my post secure.
Oh
Well, it didn't work as well as I wanted it to.
I've apprehended the subject.
Really? Really? I totally spritzed that guy. You mean you're not a party person, Prop? There's a picture on the internet of me spooning Ganymede native. Gotcha. I'm not a party man. Let me think about that. Oh, Andrea went to undergrad at Rice University in Houston, and she took me to a Rice alumni party, and it was super gross. Yes, pretty sure it's on Facebook somewhere. Okay, I can see if I can make that work. I'm trying to clear out everyone's banks, but there's a couple people that have asked to leave a little bit behind. I just won't be able to add an extra hour onto it. It'll give me room to finish Celeste. Yep. No judgments. So I gotta pick this guy's pocket, and then I probably have to tase him. I really don't want to tase him, but he's caught me now twice. I gotta get my shit back from him for sure. This is kind of a janky camera angle.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, that would be fine. It's a game that I'm going to want to play more after I finish it on stream anyway, so I'd love to check out some of the optional side content, maybe try to get some more of the strawberries. Check out the Dark World levels you're talking about, the B-sides. Yeah, that works. Let's do that.
Nice.
Oh my. Taser's back. Almost out of here. Cool. We'll just plan on that then. That way I can for sure beat the game, and then we can maybe do some post-game content. I like that game a lot. It's really, really well constructed. Excellent level design. Good approach to difficulty. The Mario 3 secret is one of my favorite secrets I've bumped into in a video game.
Well done, both of you.
Thanks, lady.
Head to the door marked Control. I'm just putting the finishing touches on our first article now. Should have it up over the wire shortly.
I think we need to punish her at some point. I don't think she's a good person, Maddie. That's probably a trope on TV tropes, right? Like, when you're required to do bad stuff for the bad guy and you don't really get a choice in it, and yeah, you gotta move the story forward by doing this awful thing. Makes perfect sense.
Equip this sleep mine like any weapon in the girl's inventory.
New.
Press the set button to place it where she's
Even
standing.
better.
When a Prizrak walks over it, it's lights out for the night.
This may come in handy.
So I only have one of those, so I can never use it, right? It would be useful. Yeah. There's nothing bad about spooning. It's a show of affection. I'm not a drinker, so I was the DD for that party.
Let's see what he's carrying.
Place is quiet.
I got something.
I can't believe you didn't see me. Alright, let's read about this new game.
I know it's ironic.
Oh, I like Towerfall.
But I
It's a
have
good game.
banned my fellow Prizrak from playing Towerfall.
You know it,
In the free world, Towerfall is the perfect recipe for a great party. In Metamorphosis, it's fodder for Derringer to crash your raucous party and send your guests home with permanent reprimands. If pure, unadulterated fun
Speaking
has a
of
direct
Celeste,
correlation to
isn't-
financial success,
I think Celeste is made by the Towerfall devs. It has the same kind of
play
jumping,
CEO.
wall climbing, and dashing playstyle, but it's like an actual single-player campaign instead of a multiplayer Twitch combat game. You're right, Prop Cable. Heck yeah. Friendship is magic.
No sign of the freak out.
assume he's not just going to turn right around there, right? Maybe shouldn't make that assumption. Okay, I was correct.
I'll be taking this.
Hey, more sleep mines. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Tell it's a sleep mine because of the way it is. Ooh, Final Fantasy XIV D&D 5e game. Sounds pretty fun. Have fun, Sornus. Catch you later.
These nasty little mines, affectionately called sleepyheads, can really interrupt Prizrak's patrol path. Something for the girl to keep in mind. I mean mind.
Another quiet night.
The wind. Oh my god, Hope. Really hard to get her to do what you want in this game. I think it's just the control style.
What's yours is mine.
Hey, another battery. I have like 8 of those. I don't know if batteries count as contraband. Oh, this is interesting. Zager? This is the Zager edited one. Oh no, it says Weep, my friend. He got in trouble for having one of these.
Hope? Hello?
933W.
Is anyone there? What the... Who left this? This is not a manifesto. The propaganda machine is a well-oiled piece of hardware. Dissection rooms?
Dissection rooms?
What are you doing? Reading!
933W is weed!
Lights out.
Thanks a lot, David Hater. Getting my friend in trouble.
Dear Headmaster, by the time you read this, I will have escaped. My mind is set on it. This place of yours is pure mathematical evil. You think that we're all ones and zeros, but we're not. And more of us every day are beginning to see through your lies about the outside. Once, you had me. I believed in you. In metamorphosis. When I was a child, I dreamed of joining the Prizrak. You should have let me. Now, it's too late.
How long has this been around? Again, I was kind of under the impression that this is sort of a new phenomenon, but this guy's been dreaming of being in it since he was a child. First of all, I thought he was already a child. I thought the precals were all like 16. It might be one of those Reddit posts that's like, oh man, back when I was a kid. When I was a baby, I remember when Logan Paul was first getting started on the vines.
What do you mean? The rant. Zager, on the tape. He addresses Weep personally.
Who the hell is Weep?
I mean the 933W. Do you want to listen to it?
I feel like Weep kind of drew the short straw and
Listen to Murray talk, then hear whatever's on that tape.
Yes, sir.
Just bag it up.
nicknames. Ben. His heart is beating so fast and he's just looking at me with a raw fury. Like, I know you're hungry, but you can wait 30 minutes, okay? Not gonna be forever. Hope is pretty good at following directions.
He didn't need any encouragement. He had it in his mind to escape this place, long before Zager first talked about revolution.
Okay. I think we're trying to rescue Weep? Question mark?
Listen to me, Sullivan. I want you to reopen the case against 933W, the one who called himself Weep. And don't tell me again you got more important things to do. His little honeypot is wandering the halls as we speak. Catch the sparrow, and you'll coax the raven out of his nest. Provided the boy is still alive.
Oh God, this guy's just dripping. What else is in this room? Nothing. That's the way I just came. Or is that the way I just came? Oh god. This is the way we want to go, right? Pre-calibration, I assume? Like I haven't been brainwashed yet? Oh god.
I'll check his pockets.
Situation is clear.
Carrying anything.
No, this is the way I came, isn't it? Okay. Let's go this way. Hey, new path.
You and the girl have reached a part of the facility even I have never seen before. I've heard only whispered rumors and half-truths about what goes on up there. Hang on. I'm being called away from my desk. I hope to return shortly. Be careful out there. Cooper out.
Good luck, Coops. Level 5. Alright. I wonder if the final chapter lets you access the entire mansion. There's been a lot of like level 4 and 5 doors that we haven't been able to get to. Slaughterhouse 5, it looks like.
War troubles the heart and mind, librarian. Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5 would use the trappings of time travel to torment both. We must care for those who have no business knowing about war's past.
Andrea really likes Kurt
That this
Vonnegut.
rings true for war's present goes without saying. Consider how the Japanese omit World War II atrocities from their textbooks. Consider Barack Obama's refusal to even
Cat's Cradle
acknowledge
is
the
great.
culprits of the United States financial crisis. People don't care when you show them the truth. This
Ice
is all the
9.
more reason to deprive them of it at the start.
Pokemon. I like the Harrison Bergeron short story too. Yep, I know, right? He's such a. It's really interesting that that's the way they decided to handle the banned books. I feel like they really could have easily, because it makes it serves two purposes. One, it makes the headmaster less scary when you're constantly hearing him sound like an idiot talking about these banned books. And it makes it difficult for you to get the actual point if you haven't read those books before. Hey.
Citizens of Metamorphosis, this is Marstead with the Morning Bell Online Edition. Tonight's breaking news concerns one of our most elite Prizrak, a man entrusted to stand watch over us, to protect us at all costs. But now, this Prizrak, Edwin Chung, is charged with possession of contraband. We at the Morning Bell Online
This must be the
Edition
only
will
solution,
continue
given that they have all
our
this voice
up-to-the-minute
acting for it.
coverage as we learn more. Thank you, and watch your step.
Oh no, it just says contraband, so maybe not. Okay, so there's two dudes in this room. Rerun, Sunny head case, lactose intolerant. Kickstarter batteries. Try to get their attention with that thing. I've got the battery for it. Shut up.
NPR.
Going in for the steal.
Huh?
Oh, no.
Great.
I've apprehended the subject.
Sometimes this game Sometimes there's a man. Sometimes she's like, you know what? I'm gonna walk right in front of him. It's like, why would you do that? That's not what I wanted you to do. There's sleep mine. Is there more loot I can get in here, maybe? I can refill my battery.
Welcome to my domain.
850. I need 150 more. Hello there. I'll be your pickpocketer for today. Nice meeting you. Okay, it's not terribly far. It actually gave me progress. I gotta get back in the room to get all my tasers and shit back, but
Good idea.
getting captured actually moved me further forward. That's funny.
Everything looks good.
What were they looking for?
It's the guy on the right, I think. That's the guy I gotta get. Well, this might be the stuff I need to get enough points to get the last upgrade.
Means of control. But the arrival is not about strong arm tactics. We'll leave that.
Can't believe you dragged me out of there. You see the look on his face? We might have a
I bet the speedrun for this game tries to get captured as much as possible.
Okay, well, we'll just trace it. I did. It was Maddie Sade's car. Morning Bell. Okay, she's allowed. Yeah, but why tonight? Eve of the arrival. Doesn't that seem weird to you? After what he's preaching in there, I don't think anything's weird anymore. You're not helping me. Here, have another cup. I'm gonna be up all night. We all will. Stay on it. Bird dog it.
Bird dog it? I have never heard that idiom before. What's the root?
We've got too much inflow. Where are we storing all this data? It's just runoff from Terminus. Runoff to where? Is there another server room I'm not aware of? It's not really a room. What is it then? What the hell's backing up an extra 30 zettabytes?
Zettabytes? Holy god.
What? It's above your pay grade.
Huh.
And mine.
Overseer? Sir, I have Vice Admiral Matthews on the non-dial. This one? Yeah, the second one.
Dragler's off.
Vice Admiral, the magnet sticks to what it knows.
The needle always gets to the point.
Go ahead.
Ledbetter 10620 overcoat 3.
Wakefield 8847 overcoat.
Wait 3 seconds. Okay, go secure.
Avalon 127, we're secure.
This better be important. I have a fleet to attend to.
Yes,
Interesting.
About that, Richard. I believe you might have overdone it.
What are you talking about?
That shiny
Hey, that's Campbell. Wow. So they got Jennifer Hale, David Hayter, and what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Who do you think I am? Listen to me, sir. Remove those ships. Makes my people uneasy.
Which people are you referring
Paul Eiding.
Tomorrow at the arrival,
Thank you.
we expect a modest welcome party, not an army.
We're the Navy.
Pennies or pounds, either way, I don't care for it. Now, if you'll excuse me, Admiral, I have rather important business to attend to.
Hey, you called me. No, he hung up on me.
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carry rock. I need scissors 61. Oh my god, Hope. Oh, he saw me.
I'll find you. I've got my post secure.
Must have been the wind.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Let go of me!
I've apprehended the girl.
She will not pick this guy's pocket. She walks right in front of his face and says, "What's up?" All right. So presumably he now has my 2 sleep mines and my other stuff. All right. Let's try this again. Round 3. Hopefully he has all my stuff and doesn't just have 2 sleep mines, because I had a lot of stuff. This game doesn't... You don't do save games in this, it's just auto saves.
Everything looks good. I've got my post secure.
I'm gonna wait for this dude to turn. Oh my god.
Let's go for the steal.
Checking in.
I got something.
I got a screwdriver and stuff back.
Oh no, Prizrak. And he sees me.
What's that?
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Better raise the threat level.
Nothing to see here. No threat level. Move along. Everything's fine. Oh my god, Ben, please don't knock. Please don't knock the monitor over. Beg you. I wish that gave me the direction I was facing.
Good idea. My battery was getting low.
I know, right? Alright, let's listen to this floppy disk while we wait on the alarm to run out. Hey, Gunpoint. I never actually beat that game. Oh, does he not talk during this? Alright, let me wait until this runs out. I really like the premise of Gunpoint. I wasn't very good at it. I only played it for like an hour or so. Well, while I wait, enjoy Ben Cam as he tries to knock this monitor over. Like that.
I've lost track of the subject.
Can't find her, may as well turn the alert down.
What have you got?
Turned out that was the way to do it, was to pick the pocket and then just run. Lots of kitties.
All's quiet here.
They've been bad today. They usually don't show up until 4 o'clock, and they've been here since basically the start of stream. What kind of game is Heat Signature? Okay, let's see. Tell me about Gunpoint, dude. No? You're not working anymore? Oh, that's right. He said he had to check out because somebody stepped out. I didn't actually expect the game to include that level of detail. That's very impressive. Good job, game. Top down in space. Similar kind of game, though.
Good evening,
That's cool.
citizens of Metamorphosis. From where I sit, I behold a shimmering panorama, upset only by the most magnificent island in the sun. Upon its silken shores lie opportunities to a happiness old world man could have never imagined.
Yeah, I felt like Gunpoint was a game that needed a little iteration. You need to do it once and then improve on it.
We are nearly there. But the wind has never been in our favor. And so we must power our own conveyance. The arrival
Power our own conveyance.
is near, my friends. Now is not the time to draw.
Conveyance means a boat.
Now is the time to
Should make an alternate conveyance sound effects. It's a pretty nice boat.
and the white-capped violence of their
Pretty nice vehicle.
bows in apology.
That's pretty good conveyance. Conveyance means show, don't tell.
I promise you by dawn.
Conveyance means a form of transport. Alright, learning more about this arrival thing.
The last moment of calm before the chaos. Poison manifestos started appearing at our doorsteps only minutes later.
Are we gonna get to meet Zager? Interesting.
Hello? Hello? How do you...
Boat, not ship.
The books were not here an hour ago. I dissected every brickle on this hall.
Oh, gross. They are dissecting people. So I don't think she's a good guy. If that's really what they mean by that. There's a Zager poster where he said he wasn't sure if Jennifer Hill was a good guy or not. Maybe dissection's not literal. I think there's more dialogue coming. Usually close out on their end. Okay, maybe not. I think that's all there is to see in here, right? Maybe there's a camera in my speaker. Rude. I can't even see anything.
Let go of me!
This isn't my room. This isn't my room! This isn't me! This doesn't look like me!
Madam, is she...
She's fine. A side effect of recalibration. Nothing more.
Which we assume to be brainwashing.
She's gonna break that mirror.
Then it's her bad luck. Get in there before she cuts herself. And have Cooper replace the mirror.
There was a scene in the last session, I think, where it turned out that Jennifer Hill's character was putting on the accent. She talked to us as normal Jennifer Hill voice for a while. Okay. Next time I get to a safe room, I should be able to buy the last upgrade.
Station 16. This is Madame Prideaux. Close the investigation on Precal 390H.
Hey, that's me.
I've chosen not to recalibrate her at this time.
Negative, madame. I can't let you authorize that.
What?
You've been downgraded to reliability status pending review.
Absurd.
Maybe, but you can't make changes to a pre-cal status until someone reinstates your security clearance.
This is Mireille Prideaux, and I am giving you a direct order. Close the file on the girl, or I will come up there and do it myself.
Well, that's just it. You can't get up here, madame.
Oh, he told her. Alright. Yes, Ben, I know. Oh my god. He's just circling the stream now. Hey, she got her first taser. And her contraband cell phone, which has been the whole game. That was around the very beginning of the game right there, that sequence. Okay, is there anywhere else I can see in here? I don't think so. So I think we want to go back out the way we came, right? Because that's our only option. I may as well pop in the save room really quick because I think I can afford the last upgrade. Maybe they'll add more upgrades in the future episodes. Hacking into the Prizrak's houses was a... Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do.
Spreads fast in here.
Not at all what I meant to do. Good lord. This is the door I want you to open. That's strange.
They won't find me in here.
Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. This is doo-doo-doo the game. Hey, I'm gonna flop this one. Delay like... Yeah. I think I'd love to get additional max battery, but I do have like 7 batteries, so maybe I should just start using them and not stress so much over it, you know? It's just a lot of them, like, the thing that shows you their patrol routes not terribly helpful because a lot of them have really simple patrol routes. Probably because it's an iOS game. They couldn't make it too complicated. Yo, what if I need exactly 7 batteries for the final boss? You understand.
Hello again. This is Marstead with the Morning Bell Online Edition. The plot thickens as now a second Prizrak, David Bowen, faces disturbing charges involving possession of contraband. Stay tuned for further updates.
Okay, so the voice acting there is non-specific. It was when we first selected it, so maybe they had a couple branching lines. Oops, wrong button. Try to scan these Prizrak dudes. Hey, fellas. Clam, Pop, and Lock. It's the Pop and Loch Ness Monster. Oh my gosh, you guys. I finally won something.
The girl.
Big and Nasty. Justinian Baker. This is cool court, not fool court. So hopefully these guys both have floppy disks. I wonder if the dev got permission from all the other indie games to include them in this one. I think all the commentary is positive.
Got it. Prizrak. I think he sees me.
Think so? Let's do the patented old run and hide trick. Yeah, especially if you can make it to a safe room when you run to hide, because the safe room can always recharge your battery, so the battery you spend locking the door doesn't punish you at all, right? Okay, so I think we need to go this way. I just can't see the door from where I am right now.
The damn door.
Good idea.
Battery, fuel.
They won't find me in here.
We'll see what the game was. I won't be able to listen to Cooper talk about it till he gets back to his desk, it sounds like. Continue. 9867543210. I have never heard of that game. Interesting. Alright. Chilling out. You guys get more kitties. Basically, whenever I have to go hide from a Prizrak guard, it's kitty time. Provided they're still here, but they don't seem to be going anywhere until they get fed. Marty, Marty! Danger zone. I'm gonna pop in here now, right?
I've got my post secure.
Here he comes. You don't know to look in there, are you kidding me? Really? How do you know that?
Taser in hand.
Well, he doesn't have to take me very far. I don't actually know which guard just caught me. Man, I locked the door behind me. How did he know to come in and immediately open that thing? Video games, man. Alright. Try to get my shit back. Best I can here.
Let's see what he's got on him. Got it.
I think I just got my shit back. Let me confirm. Oops. Wrong button. Alright. Yep, that was all my stuff. Fantastic. Okay, so...
No sign of the pre-cal. It's quiet.
So we can do this scramble their communications thing. It only lasts for 10 seconds, really. Okay, is there anything else for me to like hack around here? I don't think there's any desks that I can hide behind. Maybe I think it just locks them in place when it happens. Okay. At least I know what it does. That's a little bit more useful than my other capabilities so far. Too quiet. Probably try to distract this dude so I can get to the door. Let me try that. I'm out of battery. Wow, yeah, I used all my battery delaying that guy. Hey, new room. New elevator.
Did we make it through?
It would seem so. This concludes our tour for the evening.
No more server rooms?
Exit through the gift shop. Go to the door marked Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, huh?
My gift to you is the prompt arrest of Edwin Chung and David Bowen. You're welcome.
Welcome. I don't really care about those two, but okay. They seem like they were decent dudes. They're just, you know, joined a cult. Happens sometimes. Tom Cruise is a pretty good actor. He's in a cult.
Let's find a way to open it.
Let's find a way to open it. Let's try using our key.
I see the lynch mob still milling about.
Oh, there's an already open vent there. Interesting. No commentary from Cooper because he's away from his desk.
Down there.
I'm so sorry.
These are the guys who I'm getting executed here.
Whatever I'm accused of, I'm sorry. Please, just send me home.
Ain't apologizing.
I don't even know what I did.
You snuck contraband into Metamorphosis. What about you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Please don't shoot them.
Smart man. You could learn something from this man.
They could be here all night. Huh. I have an idea. Quinn, it's Matty.
Miss Say, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Is this a bad time?
Not at all. Just had to step out of the confessional box.
Well, when you finish down there, come see me. I have some sins of my own I'd like to confess.
Yeah, I'll, give me that. What are we still doing here, huh? Come on, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
What are they gonna do to them? David Bowen. Hepatitis C, possession of heroin. I don't think they're all meant to be criminals, right? They all have criminal records for whatever reason.
Man this post. There's still a freak out at large. Can't have it getting up to the garden.
The garden? Capital G.
Expected the changing of the guard. Okay. Okay, no problem. We'll just give this new Prizrak a dose of the same medicine. I'll scan his ID number, and the two of you head to the room marked Dissection 1. We'll surveil his private quarters, see if we can't find something incriminating in there.
Let's see, maybe I need to get it from a very specific camera angle. Maybe not. I feel like we're coming up on a really big reveal in the game, and Dante has a little bit more sub-block time, so hopefully we will see it in the next session, but that brings us to time for today, everybody. That should count as a checkpoint, I think. Thanks for hanging out. I'll give you an update on what's coming up for the rest of this week, and for next week,